What's going on, everybody? This is the 2Close2Call podcast. First video, Skype video, Pags and I for you guys out here on YouTube. We thought the best way to kick it off would be a recap of the Wayne Simmonds trade for the Flyers yesterday. They actually made a move and dealt our boy the Wayne train. They sent him to Nashville to be reunited with Peter Laviolette, and in return, the Flyers are getting a third-line winger in Ryan Hartman, and then a conditional fourth-round pick, which becomes a third-round pick if Nashville wins a round in the playoffs, which they should. So essentially, Hartman and a third for Wayne Simmonds. Pags, what are your thoughts?
Hey, man, I hate to see Simmer go. I freaking love that guy. He's one of my favorite Flyers of all time. But like you said earlier, it's time to kind of cut ways and get something for him while we can.
Yeah, so Hartman's kind of a tricky NHL player we're getting back. So he's a former first-round draft pick in 2013. It took him 2 to 3 years to make it to the show, and he's now in his third full season as an NHL player and hasn't really lived up to that first-round tagline. He's been traded the last 2 years at the deadline. Listen to this one last year. Last year he went from Chicago to Nashville it was him and a fourth for a player, a first, and a fifth. So as recent as 12 months ago, he was involved in an interaction with a first-round pick, and now we're getting him and a fourth for Wayne Simmonds. So it clearly shows you how he stunk it up in Nashville for him.
He's already a journeyman in his young career.
Yeah, right. He's played 100 and how many games, and he's on his third team in 12 months. So,
man.
Top third line guy. Chuck Fletcher came out, said top 9 forward. They think he's young. He plays a gritty style of hockey, which they're going to implement, because they're losing a little bit of that fighting experience with Wayne Simmonds there. I guess my question to you is more around Hartman. 2013 first-round pick. This is his third year in the NHL. The Flyers' 2013 first-round pick was Sam Morin, the guy who just got called up again after blowing his ACL and has played a total of 5 games. So what's better, being a journeyman on your third team or not playing at all as a 2013 first-rounder?
You got to go journeyman. I guess at least the journeyman's somewhat playing, and then you trade him for something else eventually. So, hey, maybe next year at the deadline, we're looking for something, we'll trade his ass again.
I like it. So the reports were as well that Nashville had this offer on the table for upwards of 3 or 4 days, and Chucky 2 Trades was working the phones to see if he could get a better deal, and nothing came together with a market that had ultimately 20 trades involving 32 players, man. So a bunch of people were active, a bunch of moves made, and it seems that he came back around to this deal at $257. They closed the deal, which is why the Flyers didn't officially announce it until 5:30. Because they were on hold for 2.5 hours in the queue with the commissioner's office.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy to look at how much of an effect Wayne Simmonds had on the entire program. And he's going to do nothing but good things for the Predators. And I hope he goes and gets a cup.
Yeah, going back with Laviolette, playing with a little bit of that jam that they talk about, right? Man. 20 games left, 7 points out. They got to jump 3 teams to make the playoffs. How we feel?
Come on. I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for my bold prediction. Let's go.
I'm sure you were happy then. They held on to Brian Elliott, Michael Raffle. Simmonds was the only move at the deadline. So they were sellers, but, didn't clean house.
Hey, they're ready to rock. Carter Hart get back and healthy, and let's make a little playoff run.
I like it, man. So going to have to go at least something like 15-5 down the stretch here to have a chance. Like I mentioned, starting tonight with Buffalo is one of the teams they got to jump. We'll see, but hey, if they can keep that, 11-1 streak rolling here, they got a chance.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
Absolutely. So, hey, like I mentioned, that was the first episode here, the live Skype, 2Close2CallCast.
Love seeing your face.
Giving you the reaction for Wayne Simmonds. We appreciate you guys listening. Look forward to more of these almost daily going on. These beautiful faces, get to know them.
See you guys.
Peace.